The best and worst in boxing, February and March 2026. We start off with the best, and there's a real buzz around the Nike Hyper KO 3. Looks like they're coming out with some great colorways. They also look very radical. A lot of people like the Nike Hyper KO 1s. The Nike Hyper KO 2s met a bit of a mixed reaction because so many people like the 1s so much. I love the 1s, I love the 2s, and I can't wait to get my hands on a pair of the 3s. Usyk signs for Zuffa Boxing, and the first fight that he does is against a 1-0 boxer, a 54-10 kickboxer, Rico Verhoeven, if I've said that right. But what I can say is, for me, as a boxing fan, it's a real letdown when it comes to a fight for Usyk. He should be fighting the best in the world. Some will say he deserves a little bit of an easier fight. I would say he's coming to the end of his career. He just needs to fight the best. Inoue versus Nakatani. What an absolute barn burner of a matchup this is. Two undefeated Japanese champions, multi-weight champions they are, and this is a really, really great fight. I cannot wait for this. It's going to be amazing. Moses Otama really does seem like he is going to be the real deal. He's getting better and better, and I think all of the established heavyweight stars at the minute don't want to fight him. I think they'll all fight each other and then retire, leaving Moses Otama to be the next generation. In the lead up to Chisora Wilder, both of them had an interview on Talk Sport where Simon Jordan addressed with Wilder about the previous fights with Tyson Fury. Wilder still, to this day, thinks that he was cheated, still coming out with the ludicrous claims, both in the first fight and the second. He's not mentioning the third at all, because obviously he got battered in the third. But in fight one, he's still saying that the fist was in the wrist, absolutely ridiculous. And in fight two, you know, amongst the other things that happened to him, he's still claiming about this egg weight that was smuggled into the glove. Absolutely ridiculous. Talking of Tyson Fury, his next fight is against Makhmudov. You know, again, it's still an interesting matchup for a fight, just a comeback fight for him. But the person that says that he's not looking forward to it is John Fury. Big John Fury, again, gone onto social media. He is not happy with this matchup for Tyson. He said Tyson's legs have gone. He says he was damaged from the Wilder fight. He also says that Wilder will get walked through by Chisora. He also said that he felt that Sugar Hill's tactics were no good, and so he is no longer part of Tyson Fury's camp, and you can tell he's a little bit bitter about that. John Fury again making a fool of himself, storming around, challenging Carl Froch to a fight, saying, "Where is Carl Froch?" Looks right up at Carl Froch in the gantry and looks away and still starts saying, "Where is Carl Froch?" even though he was actually there. Absolutely ridiculous. Big John Fury, the fighting man. Once again, Carl Froch has accepted the fight, but now he wants £2.5 million to fight him. So basically, he doesn't want to fight him. That's the bottom line there. Also, in the background, Big Joe Egan continues to stalk after years and years. He's still stalking him. He still wants that fight, and he's still never going to get it. Zuffa Boxing have introduced the 8 boxing divisions. They've trimmed it right the way down. They're trying to make it more straightforward for the public with just one champion per division and a lot less divisions than we have been used to. There's mixed response to this, of course, because you know some people will struggle to make the new weights. Some it won't be ideal for, but I do think that it's a step in the right direction because for years and years there has been a lot of confusion. It's a bit like with the FA Cup in football. You can't have 4 champions of it, you've got to have one. And with this now, hopefully we will get either an undisputed or one champion at each weight where we can see who truly is the best. There is a lot of politics to go on before that happens. Conor Benn left Matchroom. Eddie Hearn has stood by Conor Benn for the last couple of 3 years with all of the drug scandal. He has stood on hills fighting for Conor Benn, but it meant nothing. As soon as Zuffa Boxing's Dana White started throwing around the cash, 15 million, He jumped ship. He's saying it's for his kids, and his kids come over everything. But he could have given Eddie Hearn a phone call at least. I think that was very, very poor. At the end of the day, it's supposed to be a one-fight deal. He's going to be fighting Regis Progress, which I don't think is a great fight for £15 million. I don't know whether or not it is going to be a one-off. If it is a one-off and he wants to go back to Matchroom after, I think he could have done this in a much better way. But as it is, he's burnt his bridges with Eddie Hearn. He's gone across to Zuffa. He's obviously hoping that he's going to end up with a multi-fight deal at Zuffa, and he won't even remember what Eddie Hearn has done for him. Floyd Mayweather looks like he's run out of money. Not only has he got 3 fights lined up in the near future, Manny Pacquiao, Mike Tyson, and also a Greek kickboxer, he's also filed a lawsuit for $340 million for funds misappropriated. Basically, they didn't end up with him, they went to somebody else. Really like this custom sparring set by True Essence Customs. Really nice in the hippo, both the groin guard, the gloves, and also the head guard. Gervonta Davis arrested on domestic abuse allegations. This lad can't keep out of trouble when he's not in the ring. New fly colourways on their premium editions. I think they look really smart. The WBC producing another gaudy bauble. I did like when they started to bring out the different types of belts, but it seems now that the jewellery maker and the belt maker attached to the WBC is working overtime, and they are producing these sort of things for every single event. How do you fancy sporting a Dinardo watch? Oliver McCall still boxing at 60 years old. I remember when he fought Frank Bruno in the mid-90s, and he is still fighting to this day. I'm hoping he's against opposition that he's still able to just be much better than, but at 60 years old, that's a lot of miles on the clock for Oliver McCall. Our own Mustafa Umbai winning the Gorilla Box Cup gold, beating 2 opponents in securing that medal. Amateur boxing judging and refereeing here in the UK continues to be very, very inconsistent, very, very frustrating. We have the rules of what they should be looking out for, and we at Telford ABC try and follow those rules to get the best results that we can, and sometimes we think we've won and it just comes out the other person has. Some of it is blatant cheating, and some of it is just terrible, terrible officiating and judging. The standard of the judges is so inconsistent currently. Former Telford Amateur Boxing Club boxer Mary Kate Smith wins gold for England. Absolutely fantastic. She's a great girl. She did really well here for us. Moved to Manchester and she continues to do great. I really look forward to her doing well in the Olympics and also the Commonwealth Games. Ricky Hatton's autopsy did show that there was some signs of CTE. No one can say whether or not that contributed to his passing away. Obviously, it was suicide. Really sad. I think with the career that he had, I think it's pretty obvious that there was going to be some signs of CTE in a boxer that had with so many amateur and professional fights. I have to say, you know, being punched in the head is not good for anyone, but we do love it. And Arturo Gatti Jr. passed away in very suspicious circumstances, and also his death really eerily parallels that of his late father. So that was my roundup of February and March 2026, the highs and the lows, the good and the bad that I have seen in boxing in those 2 months. The next few months will prove very, very interesting as we have got some great fights to look forward to. I hope you enjoyed that. Please like and subscribe to Fit to Box, and I shall speak to you soon.